First was a trip to the home improvement store to pick up the vinyl duct hose. I just so happened to have a neon strip light, which you can find in a store or online. Assembling this could not be any more effortless. Remove the vinyl duct hose from the packaging and stretch it out completely. If your LED neon strip light is shorter, just pull it through the duct hose. Mine happened to be longer, so I gently folded it in half. That's all it takes to assemble this light fixture. Now, you can twist this up, you can give it a knot, you could even stretch it out full length and set it on the floor. What's cool about this is that you can change up the shape anytime for a whole new look whenever you'd like. The possibilities are truly endless.
I grabbed this lawn ornament that was on sale and I turned it into something unexpected for my home. I drilled a hole in the top and in the back near the bottom. Then I had to somehow figure out how to get my cord from the top hole down through the bottom hole. I grabbed some flexible but stiff wire and I curved it a bit, and it took a few tries, but I did get it through. And then I used electrician's tape and I very tightly taped the wire onto the cord, and then I fed that through and it worked. Next, I attached the lamp fittings and I used construction adhesive to secure the lamp fitting to the lawn ornament. Then I rewired everything and put all the other fixtures back on, and I added a lampshade and a bulb, and that's how I turned a lawn ornament into the cutest lamp ever. Isn't it so adorable?
Run to the dollar store and go and grab a glass bottle. We are going to start off this craft with a cleaned out plastic bottle. If it has any plastic wrapper on it or any wrapper at all on it, we need to go and take that off, so use something sharp to go and remove it. Now let's put that off to the side and grab the bottle that we got from the dollar store. If you want to add some extra weight to it, you could always put something inside, like maybe some marbles or something of that sort. So now we're going to line this up with the bottle. After this is lined up and we have it almost centered, go and draw on the container a circle for where this is going to go and fit. So after that is drawn, go and cut it out. I did use an erasable marker because I didn't want to use anything that was going to leave a permanent mark on the bottle. After that is fully cut out, you can either leave this piece of plastic inside or you can go and remove it from the bottle. Make sure the hole on your bottle is big enough. Put your glass into the hole. Make sure to take off the cap of the plastic bottle. We can use that for another craft. Now we're going to go and paint our bottle. I am using this chalk paint. It's very pastel in color and kind of reminds me of almost the sky. So after this is mixed up, I'm going to go and start to paint this. Make sure to go and put a generous amount of paint onto whatever surface you are using. This chalk paint adheres to glass so incredibly well, and also most surfaces. And again, the color is just amazing. So after this entire bottle is painted on all sides, go and put it off to the side, let it dry. Now, while that is drying, let's go and get these fake pearls and start to string them with some pipe cleaner. And now we're going to go and put different lengths of these pearls onto these pipe cleaners. You can also use something like fishing line or kind of whatever you would want to for this. So different lengths of these, make sure to cut off the extra material, go and bend the end of it there, but leave one end unbended. We're going to go and stick that into the bottle a little bit later. So after we make a couple of different strands of this, I made just about 10. We're going to go and poke some holes into our plastic bottle. Make sure to go nice and slow and create little tiny X's as you go. Take the pipe cleaner, stick it in there, and it really does honestly hold in place pretty well. Take the other pieces, go and stick them in as well, and continue to go and do this until you have all the pieces in. Now to really hold them in place, we're going to go and hot glue where it meets with the pipe cleaner and also the bottle. Got some fairy lights. Make sure they of course work. Now we're going to go and just bunch them up a little bit, and we're going to go and stick them into where we have the center hole. So go and stick those into the center hole. Yes, you could also use plugged lights, which it's easier to go through where you took off the bottle cap from with those. Now let's take this base here, stick it in place, and that is perfect. I am using cotton for this, but you could also use maybe stuffing from a stuffed animal, or you could always just go and purchase some stuffing as well. You really want to make it nice and fluffy, and you're going to need just about 15 to 20 cotton balls depending on how fluffy you want this cloud to look and how big your bottle was. Now let's go and glue these down. It's a good idea to start off with the center and kind of just branch out from there. We're going to follow along the shape of this bottle, and to make it fluffier, we're just going to add some extra cotton into some other places. So continue to go and glue down pieces. Make sure to fill out this bottle nice and well. Make sure to put some cotton and just cover it up. And now here's what the cloud looks like. We want to get this nice and fluffy though, so use your fingers to go and poof it out. And if you use cotton, you can go and use a fork to really go and poof it out even more. Now here's what the cloud lamp looks like when the lights are on and it's nice and fluffed up. And here's what it looks like when the lights are off. This cloud lamp is sure to light up any room, is so much fun to go and make, and is upcycled.
First, wet the sea sponge and squeeze out the excess water. Add some paint onto the cardboard and dab it with the sponge. Press it onto the cardboard multiple times to get rid of the excess. Insert the sponge into the globe and press it onto the interior surface. Continue pressing in different places until the sponge is out of paint. Reload as needed and continue until the entire surface of the inside of the globe is covered in a sponge texture. Ensure the paint is applied in random patterns and create some areas that are painted heavier than others. The surface of the moon is uneven and has both darker and lighter spots, so the globe should too. This pillar candle holder fits the 4-inch light fixture opening and will hold the globe in place while hiding the bottom. Spray paint the base over a drop cloth. Once the paint is fully dried, insert the fairy lights into the globe. Place the globe opening down onto the base piece. Do you want to use your full moon accent light often, but don't want to burn through lots of batteries? Here's how you can upgrade your battery-operated fairy lights and plug them into a wall outlet for use. Important note: Bailey and I are not certified electricians. While I'm showing you our process for this upgrade, please contact a professional electrician if you have any questions or concerns. You'll need wire strippers, 2 wire connectors, and the correct power plug. To figure out what type of power plug you need, look at how many batteries your fairy lights take. Mine takes 3 AA's. Each AA is 1.5 volts. 1.5 times 3 equals 4.5 volts total. Look for a power plug that reflects an output of the voltage you need. Something a little over will work, like this 5-volt output plug, but may eventually burn out your fairy lights. Something a little under will keep your lights from burning out, like this 3-volt plug, but the lights won't burn as bright as they would with the full 4.5 volts. Once you have a plug, cut the end of the cord off with the cutter portion of the wire strippers, then separate the 2 portions of the wire and strip the ends so you have about 1/4 of an inch of exposed wire. Cut the battery pack off of the fairy lights and separate and strip the ends of that wire following the same process. Look closely at the fairy light wires. One of the wires has a small pattern printed along the wire, and the other doesn't. The pattern wire connects to the red wire on the power plug. The wire with nothing on it connects to the black wire. With each pair, wrap the exposed ends together. Then screw on a wire connector. Test the plug and the fairy lights to ensure they work. This glowy full moon accent light brings a dreamy, soothing luminosity to a nursery or bedroom.